Haven't I too. This quick video is me sharing another perspective on how I feel that veganism, or attaching yourself to the idea of being vegan, or putting yourself in any kind of box, or having these different labels can create karma. A lot of times when most of us come from eating meat, whether it be chicken, beef, pork, any animal that you can think of, goat, would be fish, other types of seafood, dairy. When we shift from those things, sometimes we tend to get on a high horse and we exalt ourselves, thinking that this is me and this is them, or this is monkey. Um, we tend to categorize ourselves and place ourselves above or below someone else based on our decisions and their decisions. So when we shift away from eating these different foods or these different animals for food, we begin to look at other people and we condemn them. And in that process, it's revealing how our intentions from the rip, letting go of these different things, wasn't very pure anyway. And being that that decision wasn't very pure, there's a part of ourselves that's seeking a sense of validation and a sense of belonging. What I mean by that is, when a lot of people, or when a lot of us go vegan or change how we eat, for better words, we tend to look at it at a sense of, oh, we're doing it for the animals, we want to save the environment, save the animals, things of that sort. Though a little deeper is that because we were doing it for so long, we begin to condemn ourselves for eating animals. We think that us killing these animals and doing the slaughtering and things like that is such a harsh reality, and that is very detrimental. We feel like we did such a disservice to life, or to nature, to the planet. So to clear ourselves of that debt, or to clear ourselves of that karma, we want to not do it anymore. And at that point, we begin to, it's like we're seeking for some kind of redemption. We want to redeem ourselves. And in doing so, like I said, we exalt ourselves and we condemn other people for the same thing that we once ourselves have done. And not only that, but we're still condemning ourselves for other ways that we're harming ourselves or harming other people. So that's what I mean by we're creating more karma. And it leads to a point where you may see some people, or some of us who were once plant-based or once bullies, vegan bullies. You see some of these one-time vegan bullies now retracting and reaching a space where they no longer consider themselves vegan, or they no longer eat just strictly plants. They return to eating more animal foods. They return to eating, whether it be chicken, whether it be fish, whether it be other types of, whether it be egg, whether it be anything that comes from an animal. And in that process, they're having to learn how to be more compassionate for themselves, because you can't condemn someone else for what you're now doing. And it's also like a sense of life having to humble you, because you exalt yourself, now you have to be humble. That's the point that I see, or that's the perspective that I'm seeing when it comes to this whole idea of being vegan and no longer being vegan or things of that sort. And it really just shows me, it confirms, or God affirms even more, to not be so extremely critical. Criticism is good when it's constructive, though harsh criticism or condemnation is not wise, because at that point you've then polarized, or you put yourself in this box and put someone else in that box. It's not wise. So that's the best way that I feel like I can share it right now. When you come into another form, or another way of being, another way of treating yourself, or doing things, or different thought processes, different behaviors, it's important to not put yourself in a box. It's important to not put anyone else in a box, or to label yourself. because you create this inflated sense of ego, right? That then goes to say, I'm better, or I'm worse, or this person is better, or I'm worse, or I'm doing something to be redeemed from this mistake, when really and truly it's a part of you on the inside that you're neglecting. So it's no different than someone seeking a job to feel better about themselves. It's no different than someone getting a check or getting some money and running to the mall and buying shoes, chasing after women, doing whatever, having sex, whatever the case may be, so that they can feel better about themselves and their choices and decisions. I hope that I said that clearly enough. I hope that it resonates, and I hope that it makes sense to anyone who is tuned into this channel right now. Being vegan can really create karma. Being anything really can create karma. Being a Buddhist can create karma. Being a Christian can create karma. Being a Muslim creates karma. When you then see yourself through a lens of just separation and not really adhering to the oneness of all that even exists. So again, I hope this resonates. I hope it makes sense. I hope that I shared it in a lucrative or effective manner. I get a little distracted. There's a lot of monkeys running around. Another point that I would like to add to everything that I've just shared, when it comes to those of us who, or those who shift from eating meat to being quote unquote vegan, to again reintroducing animals into how they eat, a lot of times we may hear things like people say they're listening to their body, or they're craving this and they want that. Their body is asking for maybe some chicken. Their body is asking for maybe some fish or eggs or whatever the case may be. A perspective I want to share is possibly because you have been neglecting a part of yourself and trying to fill it or fill this void through considering yourself being vegan or trying to exalt yourself by being quote unquote vegan, your body is now not deteriorating, your body is now showing you signs that, okay, I have to be fulfilled in another way, because what you're doing right now isn't helping me. What you're doing right now isn't fulfilling me. I'm not satisfied. Really is beyond the food. Life is a lot more than what we think it is. It's a lot more than what we can see. It's not just what you put in. Everything starts in an unseen realm, or everything starts or manifests from what you can't see into a physical manifestation. So these cravings, which I'm not, no shade, I'm not saying that you're not feeling these cravings, or that your body isn't telling you that you can take something else, though. Have you considered that maybe it's showing you that a part of you has been going neglected? A part of you has been trying to get your attention, though, because you've been so gung-ho on bullying yourself or bullying other people based on whatever, you haven't been showing yourself attention. And now you have to, as I said, be humbled in the sense where you have to show yourself attention. And maybe it's in a way that may seem extreme in comparison to how you were just behaving, or it may seem contradictory to how you were just being. You were just so gung-ho on not eating meat and saving the animals and doing this stuff, but now all of a sudden you want to, or you feel that it's best for you to take whatever it is that you have to take. That's just another perspective, or another way of seeing this entire situation. Which in itself, again, that's another part of the karma. You have to now go to another, not condemning it, not saying it's bad, but you have to go another route now to get what it is that you have to get, or learn another lesson that you probably didn't get one time before. So that's the last point I wanted to make. Again, I hope that this really resonates. I hope that you can see something, get some kind of value out of it. Until next time, bye bye.